أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The students who are in online, I would like to remember that we are in online and you will have to hear the lecture. Students, I hope you are all well. At first I salute you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. At first I am very much grateful to our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has given me an opportunity to say something on English today. This is my first class and what is my identity? My identity is I am Misata Mahabub. I am your English lecturer. I shall take your English classes. This is my first class, Students, I hope all the students of these institutions are very good physically and you are suitable for participating in this class. Students, you know that we are suffering from a problem. What is the problem? The problem is Corona. It is a worldwide problem. We cannot forbear it anymore. We are suffering for many days for this problem. Anyway, but we will have to continue our education in order that we can be successful in future. Students, in order to inform a message that is given by the government, what is the message? The message is we should say no against drug addiction. Drug addiction is very much harmful. It is destructive for the nation. It is very much injurious for health, for the public. We should say no and we should stand against it. We hope that you will never touch it. You will stay away from this addiction and you will stay safely in this world and you will be physically fit without taking these drugs. So we hope you will never receive it and you will say no against drug addiction. Students, now as it is my first class, so you know that there are two parts in intermediate level. I am your English teacher. I shall take these classes. You know that there are 200 marks in intermediate level in English. 100 marks is in English first part and 100 marks in English second part. Today I have taken a decision that I shall take a class in English first part. But before taking this class, I have to say something extra for the betterment of your life. What is my message to you? My message is that to be expert in English, you will have to follow some things and that will be very much effective for building your career in future. What is my advice to you? My advice is that for being good in English, you should memorize many words day by day in order to enhance your vocabulary power. Because without enriching your vocabulary power, you will face some problems to create a sentence depending on your imagination. So I hope you will memorize some words every day in order that your vocabulary power is enriched day by day. So it is my first suggestion to all of the students who are studying in Bangladesh, not only in my institution but also in everywhere. Students, my second suggestion to you that to be expert in English, you should know the rules of grammar. Without knowing the rules of grammar, you must be unable to make a sentence. So, secondly, what will be your duty? Your duty will be to memorize the rules of grammar. And what is the third thing to be expert in English? The third thing is that to be expert in English, you should practice these things learned by you in future. Anyway, students, today my topic is to teach you on English fast paper. Actually, students, I have chosen a topic on which I shall say something for you on English fast part. What is my topic? My topic is if you students, if you look at the whiteboard, you will see I have already written a topic. The name of the topic is Nelson Mandela from apartheid fighter to president, and you will find this passage in Unit 1 and Lesson 1. That is not written by me. Lesson 1. You will find it in Lesson 1, Unit 1, and in Lesson 1. In this passage, you will find the life history of Nelson Mandela. And what is the name of the passage? The name of the passage is Nelson Mandela from apartheid fighter to president. Student, actually this is my topic for discussion today, and I shall take a class on it. So I hope during my conversation you must be very much attentive. You will listen my lecture very mindfully, leaving all the actions. I hope you should be very much careful towards my lecture. So don't talk and listen to my class. Now I am going to start the topic. The name of the topic is Nelson Mandela from apartheid fighter to president. Now I shall read out the topic, and if you the board book, the English for today, you will find it. So I request to you that you should open the book, Unit 1, Lesson 1, and now I am going through the topic. 15 December 2013, Johannesburg, Reuters. Nelson Mandela guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy as an icon of peace and reconciliation, who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. Actually, in these lines, we can understand that Nelson Mandela is an African leader. He is a good man. He fought against the misruling of the South African ruling class. Mandela wanted to establish a multiracial democracy in his country. He is an iconic figure in the world, you know. Students, he wanted to establish justice in this world. He does not think about his own life. He only thinks for the public. He only thinks for the public. Actually, in these lines, we can understand that he struggles for justice and peace. He wants to establish justice and peace in his country, and he wants to create a relationship of friendship among the people in his country. And then I am going through the other lines of the passage. Imprisoned for nearly 3 decades for his fight against white minority rule. Students, you should know that at the time the ruling class of South Africa was the white. The white people ruled the South Africa. Though they were in minority in number, but they ruled the South Africa, and there were many injustice. They had the picture of injustice in South Africa. Mandela stood against it. He wanted justice in his country. And when Mandela stood against this injustice, when Mandela stood against this, the tyranny of the ruling class of the white, then he became an enemy to the eyes of the government. And for this reason, he had to undergo physical labor. He had to stay in the prison about 3 decades. You know, a decade is equal to 10 years. 1 decade is equal to 10 years, you know. So about 30 years he had to stay in prison. Although before 3 years he came out of the prison. Students, then we see in the passage that Mandela never lost his resolve to fight for his people's emancipation. Mandela wanted to create an environment of emancipation for the people of the African generations. Actually, we see he wanted to sacrifice his life for emancipation of the people. He wants the peace and satisfaction of the people of South Africa. We also see then he was determined to bring down apartheid while avoiding a civil war. Mandela did not want a civil war in his country. Avoiding this type of war, he wanted to create a brotherhood, a place of brotherhood in his country. We see that he stood against apartheid. He never wanted the environment of apartheid. He wanted to remove the problem of apartheid from South Africa. And what is written later, we see that his prestige and charisma helped him win the support of the world. We see that because Mandela was a nobleman, Mandela fought for the justice, and this is why all the people of the world stood by him, and all the people of the world supported him for his noble mission. And then we see, I hate race discrimination most intensely and in all its manifestations. I have fought it all during my life. I will fight it now and will do so until the end of my days. Mandela declares that for his mission, for his purpose, in order to reach his purpose, he will fight till his death. He will continue his struggle to establish the environment of peace and equality in South Africa. He will continue his struggle till his death. We see and we can understand by reading these lines. And then we can see that I hate race discrimination. Mandela says he does not want the picture of discrimination. He wants the salvation of discrimination. He wants the equal rights for all people. And then we see, and in all its manifestations, I have fought it all during my life. I will fight it now and will do so until the death of my life, days of my days. Already the lines have been discussed by me before. And then Mandela said in his acceptance speech on becoming South African first black president in 1994. Actually, here there is another indication about the lifestyle of Mandela. We can understand by reading out the topic that Mandela became the president of South Africa in 1994. He is the first black president in South Africa, and he became the president of South Africa in 1994. We have understood it. And then the time for the healing of the wounds have come. The moment to bridge the chasm and divide us has come. Actually, there is a problem between the white and the black, and Mandela wants the salvation of it. There are some rules in South Africa, which rules? The rules have divided the people of the South Africa, especially the black and the white. But Mandela, we can understand that Mandela wants to create a bridge between the black and the white in order to create the environment of peace and equality in South Africa. And then what is written later, we can understand that we have at last achieved our political emancipation. Mandela says that they have acquired the position of emancipation, and then in 1993 Mandela was awarded the Nobel Prize, an honor he shared with F.W. de Klerk, the white African leader who had freed him from prison 3 years earlier and negotiated the end of apartheid. Here there is another message about the life of Mandela. By reading these lines, we can understand that Mandela got Nobel Prize in 1993, and there is another name. What is that name? The name of that man is F.W. de Klerk. F.W. de Klerk is a white man. He tried his level best to bring Mandela out of prison, and he became successful. Actually, by analyzing the character of F.W. de Klerk, we can understand that F.W. de Klerk stood in favor of Mandela, we can understand it. And another thing that Mandela got the Nobel Prize in 1993 for his actual struggle across the universe. Mandela went on to play a prominent role on the world stage as an advocate of human dignity in the face of challenges ranging from political repression to AIDS. I mean, Mandela stood against all misthings, misrulings and oppressions and tyranny of the world. He is an iconic figure of the world actually, not only for the South Africa. And then we can understand that he formerly left public life in June 2004 before his 86th birthday. We can know that before his 86th birthday in June 2004, Mandela left his public life. Mandela left his public life. We can understand by reading it. Telling his saddening contentment, at the time of leaving the public life, Mandela said to the adoring people of the South Africa that he requested to the people of South Africa not to call him, and he also said that he would call them when the time would come. What is later? We can understand that. What is later? We can understand then. Don't call me, I will call you. But he remained one of the world's most reverend public figures, combining celebrity sparkle with an unwavering message of the freedom, respect, and human rights. Actually, Mandela is a picture of human rights. Mandela is a picture of equality. Mandela is a picture of right things in the world. And then, what is written in the English for today? What are the lines about Mandela? The lines are: he is at the epicenter of our time, ours in South Africa and yours, wherever. Actually, Mandela is an universal leader. He becomes an universal leader because of his wonderful, charismatic career. You know, Mandela, about Mandela we can understand it. And then, he is at the epicenter of our time. Already I have gone through this. No, he is at the epicenter of our time, ours in South Africa, and yours wherever you are. Nadiman Gardiner, the South African writer and Nobel laureate for literature, once remarked. Actually, this writer respected Mandela and praised of Mandela. The years Mandela spent behind bars made him the world's most celebrated political prisoner and leader of mythic stature for millions of black South Africans and other oppressed people far beyond his country's borders. Charged with capital offences in the 1963 Rivonia trial, his statement from the dock was his political statement. During my lifetime, I have declared myself to this struggle of the African people. I have fought against white domination and I have fought against black domination. Mandela has declared that he is not in favor of the white. Mandela declared that he is not in favor of the black. He only wants a peaceful environment in South Africa. So actually, students, about Mandela we have learned many things in this passage. The passage, about this passage I have discussed something, and I hope that you have understood my lecture wholeheartedly. You have heard my lecture and you are very much attentive during my lecture. Anyway, in my next class I shall discuss about another topic. So I hope you will be happy and you will be glad in future. And I always pray to my Creator for your good health. I always pray to my Creator for the good health of the members of the family. Thanks you. All the best. Assalamu alaikum.